Good morning, beloveds. I like to tell you a little bit about what's going on in my day because one of the things that I've told you before is that whatever's going on in your life is going to change the way you read things. It changes your interpretation of sacred literature. Uh, I not that I'm calling courage, conviction, and consciousness sacred literature, but it is, spiritual, inspiring, educational, illuminating. And I literally just got the phone call that one of my teachers is dying. So, which in there's no way to say this. Her body is just worn out. And so I'm sad for me because I'm going to miss her, but her body is worn out. So it's death is not a bad thing. It's just one of the things that we've called as a graduation. But those of us who are left behind are going to be sad. So, that's where I'm at. So I'm going to try and do this. And if I can't do this, then I'll just delete it and try again later tonight because, you know, I don't need to be a crying mess, even though that's what I am. And one of the other things that I will tell you is that uh, crying is not a weakness. Showing tears is not a weakness. It actually takes a great amount of strength to cry in public. So if you have tears, don't hide them. Don't hide them. Okay. But we have a really good title today, so I definitely want to do this because I think I'm gonna need it. It is May 11th. Our title is "I Am Divinely Protected." Our our author is Judith G. Weeks from 1990, and it was published in Daily Inspiration, which is copyrighted to 2015. So, Daily Inspiration for Better Living. And apparently, there's a Universal Foundation for Better Living. You may want to look them up. So, I am divinely protected. I am safe and secure because I am in my spirit's world. Sometimes there is an underlying feeling of fear, a restlessness for which I can find no reason. Today, I remind myself that I can depend on God, who, according to the scriptures and my own experience, always honors promises. The promise I keep uppermost in my mind is, "It that dwelleth shall abide, no evil shall befall you," which is Psalm 61:7. I accept this promise and keep my side of the contract. I abide, which means I am constantly conscious that I am in the presence of pure being, God. I am safe and secure. The realization that I am never separated from the protecting presence of God is reassuring. Knowing that whatever I am, God is, frees me from fear. I experience a beautiful day of peace. Thank you, God. No evil shall befall you. Psalm 91:13. So she quotes two Psalms. They that dwelleth shall abide, no evil shall befall you. Psalm 61:7. And then she ends with, no evil shall befall you. Psalm 91:13. So, I am safe and secure because I am in God's world. That's why I said that death is not a bad thing. Death can be considered a healing. These bodies don't last forever. Oh, that's good. She's clearing my sinuses right now. Okay. Um. Okay. Usually I have a lot to say, and today I just don't. But because this author, Judith, said it so beautifully, I am safe and secure because I am in my God's world. Sometimes there is an underlying feeling of fear, a restlessness for which I can find no reason. Today, I remind myself that I can depend on God. If we can't depend on God, what do we have? Because God is all there is. There is one source. There's one source. It's all made of God. That means each and every one of us are made of God, by God, for God. And I like that she says, according to the scriptures and my own experiences. I have recently joined the Philosophies Fridays group, and his upcoming topic is an interesting one. Because it's about wisdom. And what's your definition of wisdom? Well, my definition of wisdom is knowledge plus experience. My own experiences in the world have taught me that God is all there is. They have taught me that I can depend on God. They've taught me that the source of my own being is the source of my own answers, that I can go within. And all of the sacred literature in the world points that direction. It's like, go read all of the sacred literature. Read it all. Ernest Holmes did. Read all of it. Read as much as you could get your hands on, because it's all going to point you back within. It's going to point you back to the source of your own being, to the source of everything. If you can't find answers there, you're not going to find them anywhere. We spend all of our time searching outside of ourselves when the answers we truly see are the spirit within. Always honors promises. The promise that I keep uppermost in my mind, they that dwelleth shall abide. No evil shall befall you. From the Psalms. And it's up to us to accept this promise and keep our side of the contract, to abide, to remind ourselves and each other, because we get to do that. We get to remind each other. We get to look in each other's eyes and see God looking back at us. We get to remind each other that we are beloved children of God, that God is always there. Even when it doesn't feel like it, God is always there. And so it's up to us to feel that. That's where our strength lies. That's our true power, is when we take a thought and we wrap it in feeling. That's where our power lies. Where our attention goes is where our power goes. I am constantly conscious that I am in the presence of pure being, God. I am safe and secure. Now, this doesn't mean that I get to go out and make foolish choices. It means that I must be responsible, that I do make good choices, that I do look around at the material world and say, it's all God. What's my part in it? What is my part in it? What is mine to do, as one of my teachers would say. What is mine to do? Tracy says that. Tracy Brown says that. And Marcia said that. Reverend Marcia would say that. What is mine to do? Look around the world and see what is mine to do. The realization that I'm never separated from the protecting presence of God is reassuring. And that is the work that we do, is to recognize that presence within ourselves all of the time. If we're going to keep our side of the contract, then we have to recognize that God is all there is, and that there is nowhere that God is not. Because wherever we are, God is. Wherever we are, God is. It says in the Bible, where two or more are gathered. Well, the truth is, even when you're by yourself, God's there. And that, some days, that's what keeps us going. All right. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to keep our side of the contract. What is our side of the contract? To know that God is always there. That we are always in the presence. It's the mission every day. It's the mission every day. Okay, now I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm a big believer in deep breaths. I say it a lot, don't I? Even if I can't take a deep breath because my nose is all running. And remind you, the spiritual practice, it is the spiritual practice of self-care. The spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. And it looks like taking a deep breath. And it looks like telling people what's going on with you so that they're not blindsided by your behavior. So I started out this thing by telling you this is what's going on. So that you can take into account my slightly runny nose and the tears in my eyes. And that you can understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is tell people what's going on with you. Be honest. Be honest. You don't have to tell them everything, but you can tell them enough. So, when you tell people what's going on with you, then they have the opportunity to be loving, kind, and compassionate with you. So, ideally we do it without needing to know each other's stories, but sometimes we need to know each other's stories. All right. And it looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. It looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a walk. It looks like telling your story. It looks like self-care. It looks like drinking plenty of water. It looks like sleeping in a little bit. I had a rest day yesterday. Today, the weather cooperated. I could have gone for the exercise, but I chose to take the rest day, So sometimes God gives you extra rest days when it rains just for, weeks on end. We appear to be in monsoon season right now. So practice on yourself. 1, you are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. Is this loving? Is this kind? Is this compassionate? 2, I'm encouraging you to create a habit so that your first response is love, kindness, and compassion, whatever's going on. So that while I am in this situation, I can hold myself lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. I've worked on that. I have worked on that. And it is work. That's why they call us practitioners. We practice constantly. And then 3, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. When you create that well-worn path to the source of your own being, to the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion, then no matter what happens, it's your first response. Infinite. You're always in the presence of the pure being. The presence of love. We can act like it. So let's practice that. All right. And I also want to remind you that no matter what is going on in your life, you deserve joy. Okay. So one of the other things that I would frequently say is eat dessert first as a loving, kind, and compassionate thing. I do literally mean it. I do enjoy eating dessert first, but I also want to remind you that it is a metaphor. Don't save the good stuff. All right. Your life is a special occasion. And none of us knows how much time we have. Treat it as such. Eat dessert first. Wear the nice clothes. Go and do the thing, whatever the thing is that you are holding yourself back from. All right? Okay. The other suggestions, do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it is well hydrated. Please do get early in your day bright light. We haven't seen the sun in about a week, so, there's that. Artificial light helps. What I'm talking about is a circadian rhythm. It is a natural hormone cycle. When you get that early in your day bright light, it helps to reset those hormones into their natural cycle. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It's especially important if you get up before the sun. That's why artificial light can help too. And I'm talking 5 minutes. All right. It's science. You can look it up. Now, I'm going to quote you Ernest Holmes, as I always do. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. And I'm repeating that to myself because I'm reminding myself. When we open our soul, we open ourselves up to things like what is going on right now in my life. And it's a good thing. I will remind you that grief reminds you that you loved. So take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it, whatever else is going on. All right. I am at the part where I'm going to remind you social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please go like, share, subscribe, do all that. If you want to know what's going on with the center, we have a constant contact email info@creativelife.org. That is, like I said, constant contact. He emails at least one a week, if not more. And then if it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. So please take advantage of all of that kind of stuff. It's all available. We try and make it light and enlightening and helpful and bright and funny. I mean, I'm funny, so, there's going to be funny stuff up there. And I just lost my train of thought. So I'm going to jump into whatever kind of day I'm going to have is the day I'm going to have, and that's okay. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a recognize the presence day, a stand in the presence day, an abiding day, a holding on to your side of the contract day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light, a bright spot. I don't know where that came from. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Always. Always. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.